Welcome to another edition of Quick Talk. I'm Pastor Dedrick Messenger. This is my good friend, Sister Jackie Collins, where we talk about and discuss current events and trending issues that is going on in our world today. So, Sister Jackie, what we got on the table today?
All right, let's see what we have here. I wanted to talk about basketball brawl. There was an issue in Vermont where the parents got into a fight. It was pretty bad, even to an extent where one of the young men, I think he was 60, they say he was a grandfather. After he left, he had some type of medical thing and it caused him to pass away. So I just want to get your opinion about when we're talking about kids playing sports. So let's consider all kids anywhere from 5-year-old, like kindergarten to 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are parents too involved? You know, what is going on that's creating all this? My child, he fouled him in. You know, what is going on with people?
You know what? That's a good question. Because I've seen some knockdown dragouts go on. I'm gonna tell you, the worst ones is the Pop Warner football, Pee Wee football, we call it.
No.
Oh man, so many fights. We've seen more fights break out at the Pee Wee football games than most of them. But we've had them here in Murfreesboro where parents have got to fighting at high school games and stuff. We get so caught up that you may be sitting there and go say, well, he or she should have passed the ball. She's blowing the game, and the parent is behind you, or somebody related to you is beside you. Well, you're just talking sports.
That's all you're talking.
They should have traded him.
And it's just your opinion.
He ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's just your opinion.
Right.
Well, a lot of times, you've lived your life. Also, a lot of people are living their lives through these kids playing sports.
That's true.
And they take things so seriously that there cannot be any criticism. I played sports all through college, and my best trainer for myself was somebody criticizing me. You lose the ball every time you make a fast break, or you doing this. I'm just making up something that will make me learn how to dribble. Man, they ain't gonna call me. See, when I grew up, and it's totally different too today.
Yes.
See, when I grew up, somebody could call you sorry. Man, you sorry, man.
And your parents didn't even wouldn't even blink about it.
When I got up. We call ups. When we play basketball, nobody want to play with you.
Oh yeah,
get your game together.
Right. They pick you last.
They pick you last.
Please pick me.
You got 11
it was
people,
no big deal.
and don't nobody pick you.
And it was no big deal.
Well, no big deal.
Now, if you say something like that player is sorry at a game, which I think that's a little bit intense. Now that I think about it, back then it was no big deal, but. I mean, you probably will have to fight somebody.
Right. I mean, we've had it here in our schools. My daughter played ball, and we dealt with those people when she was playing ball. You couldn't say anything about the team messing up or a person on the team messing up. Everybody's sitting up there like, man, you pass the ball, you're ball hogging. Then you see them, and you got parents telling kids, you need to score this. You need to score this. They're teaching them not to be team players. They're teaching them this, and
in a team sport.
That's right.
That's a team sport.
In a team sport.
I've never seen Michael Jordan win a game.
You get your 40 points. You get your 30 points. You get your 20 points. Whatever it is, you got your trophy. But you know what? One thing I told my kid, my daughter, she has some state championships and some national championships, and I always told her, what are you going to be when this is over?
When this is over.
What's it going to be when this is over? Because you know what? Sooner or later, people are going to forget about you. You're only as popular as you are right here. You're going to be done. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people chase that dream. And what happens is when the dream is over, they start living it through their kids. Now they're fighting people because they're angry because they did not succeed the way they wanted to.
Just the thought of, my kids out there, and regardless I'm just that kind of parent where it just doesn't faze me. I don't, Jayla is in archery now, and I go and I support her. We go and we support her, but if she hits the target, she hit the target. We were at an archery game the other day, and this man said, "Is that y'all daughter?" And so he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "She's really good." I said, "Okay, thank you." I'm like,
Yeah.
do good in school, try to, become independent.
Whoa, stop right there. I know we quick talk, but give me 30 seconds here.
Okay.
And we'll let our kids go through school and fail.
Yes.
They cannot make a 1 on the ACT test, and that's free. And we
It's
feel
not that extreme, but it's extreme.
and we feel that because they can play basketball, it's going to take them somewhere. And all of a sudden, I'm just saying, the big school call them because their talent level is so great, and they said you can't get in.
You can't get in
because seriously, you got a 2.1, just enough to play. Or 1.9 or something like that, just to keep you on the team,
right? And
you can play. And I fault coaches a lot of times for this too, Sister Jackie, because you know what, they allow these parents to come in and manipulate them based on their play. Well, we'll pull our kid out of the school, we'll do this, and the coach is chasing a trophy too. So then that's why all the calamity comes into when people can't do what they want to do, and a lot of folks are bought.
But you remember back in the day when coaches wouldn't even let you play. You wouldn't even dress. You sat on the bench and just looked and wanted to get out there.
Starters couldn't play if you could
not.
Man, we would come in and have bad grades. No, you need to go study hall.
Exactly.
You ain't practicing today. When you get your grades up, you come back out and play for us.
Well, Jayla just made the track team. She's going to be throwing the shot put. And so I went to the parent meeting the other day, and she said, if I'm looking at your grades, and I don't remember how often she said she was looking at them, but she said, in every practice, you will run 2 miles until you get out of the F zone. And I thought, okay, good. Make them run. They got to do something. And that's how it used to be back in the day. You did not even think that you were going to dress out and play if you had a bad grade.
Well, you know what? Coaches got this thing now. D means diploma. As long as they got a D, I'll play them. They're going to get out of here. I'm just being honest with you. I heard a coach say that. D means diploma. He gonna get out. We'll use him. And it's just a shame they let him play like that. And then they let the parents act like they act. My thing would be I would bar everybody from their gym, from their football field, from their track field, or whatever they're doing, golf course, whatever it is. Until your kid can make this grade, until you can behave like this and support us in a dignified way. Then you know what? We don't need you around here. You know what? I would rather have a losing team with kids that want to play and want to learn than your attitude. This is quick talk, y'all.
That's a good topic right there. All right, moving on to the next topic. Let's talk about teacher retention in this manner. Hold on a second before you get like, ooh, y'all saw him. He's like, ooh. It's hard to retain teachers these days, but, it seems like oftentimes they are given incentives for new teachers and kind of leaving the veteran teachers out. Okay, we're going to raise the starting pay for teachers, but then the veterans teacher, we just don't get anything. Do you think that we should continue to, allow this to happen in the sense that, we should kind of speak up about this? What about the people that are been there a long time and holding it down? Because we are kind of very different in the sense that there's a lot of things and a lot of knowledge that we have that comes to the table each time, that we bring to the school each time, that makes the school run efficiently. Whereas you have a new teacher to be like, oh, I'm struggling, I need help with this, which is fine, But what do you think about, them not giving veterans teachers any more money?
Well, I think it's a travesty, because, my dad, he used to say all the time, we were hunters. Rabbit hunters, and when the dog got old, Daddy, we're gonna leave him at home. Okay, leave him here. Well, he can't run no more, but he can teach the dogs other young dogs how to run. Interesting. I said, even if he's just out there, he teaches them how to run. And we always say, you don't kill your old dogs. That's what he always said. And I say this again in education: if we use that analogy, we're not taking our old dogs to the field and we're not rewarding them, because the old dog got the same reward, as the new one did when he did something. But the key is this. They know, I think they are using us to the point, I think we've talked about this, to the point that they know we can't go anywhere when you get that 23 to 30 year range somewhere. They're like, you stuck right here, and that you don't want to start a new career. So they tend to play with that and say, we don't really have to do anything because they're there. But my thing would be, as I said earlier today, that if we had a what I would say, what kind of teacher, a veteran teacher walkout, and we stayed out for 10 days, you would really see what a veteran teacher does for your school. Yeah, I mean, we're just not good teachers. We're behavior specialists. We're not just good teachers. We're role models. We're not just good teachers. I'm just saying it is so many other things that come along with that that you will miss. And if you don't reward that, as I said, you can have a teacher that starts at 23 years old and she gives you 30 years. She's 53. She got a lot more teaching in her. But now at 30 years old, she said, I'm done. I'm done. Wow. We got teachers can't wait to their 30 years and they're going to walk out of school. And if we don't watch it, Sister Jackie, this is what's going to happen in the next 5 to 7 years. We're going to have a mass exodus in education.
Right.
Because, we were flocking to education when we came in.
Yeah. And it was such a good career to have in terms of, especially when you were raising kids. Yeah. But now, people are not even caring about that anymore. They're just like, hey, I'm going to go and do something else. And I'm just wondering, what is the number of students that are enrolling in colleges these days saying, hey, I want to major in education. I want to be a teacher.
Well, that's interesting you said this, Jackie, because we were just talking about this. And that number's, I can't remember the statistics on it, but the number was a very low number again. That they polled teachers and asked teachers, how many of you guys would tell your daughter or your son to be an educator? And 70-something%, I think they said they would just encourage them to be a teacher these days.
That's not good.
That's not good. I mean, you're talking about you're not getting these same results from. I'm going to discourage my kid to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, or whatever. And I wouldn't. I mean, I'm just saying with me, what I go through now in the system. It would be very hard for me to encourage my son or my daughter to go be a teacher. Especially when I say, I'm not going to get one. Now, you got to remember this, son. This is going to be the kicker. You got to remember this. When you get 25 years in, they ain't going to pay you no more money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't going to give you no more money. You stuck on a scale that everybody else is making money. And the thing about it is with teachers, if you don't get the degrees, you can't make no money.
That's true.
I mean, we're the only. I mean, everybody, everybody's rewarded for their degrees. We don't get rewarded for our degrees like that. But we have to have those degrees in order to be. If you're the breadwinner in your house, you ain't gonna do it on no bachelor's degree teaching.
Right. Now,
I'm being honest with you.
That's a very true statement.
Yeah.
All right, considering this is quick talk, let's just move on to the next topic. We talked about the basketball brawl that a lot of parents are creating, or whoever is creating, but let's talk about this. I saw on the news the other day, the Waffle House brawl. I mean, it was, now I'm just going to say this, and Waffle House, please don't try to sue me. I don't go to Waffle House. I don't like that restaurant. Yeah. But after seeing the news the other day, I don't think I ever stepped foot in there again. I mean, throwing chairs, people climbing up on the counter, jumping over, fighting people. It is so bad that they have hired security guards in Waffle House, which is well needed. Probably need them in Walmart too. But I just cannot imagine. What is it? Did they not give you your French toast?
Oh, let me ask you a question.
Scrambled too hard.
Who were they fighting? Were they fighting
the employees? They fighting the employees. And then, wait a minute now. In some cases, the employees were fighting each other. It was terrible.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I
can't.
It's funny.
No.
Because every time I think about this, I got this mental picture in my head. Of people going behind the grill, just snatching up the guy that's trying to, somebody that called in something. And people they got frustrated. First of all, you shouldn't have that many people that you can't serve. I'm thinking orders are getting behind and folks are coming in. And first of all, if somebody out at 2 or 3 in the morning, most of the time, they're going to be a little inebriated or they coming from a nightclub. I'm just talking about the things we used to do. You know what I'm saying? And now somebody got their food before they got theirs and somebody's upset thinking they should be getting this. and people would deal with things. Some folks don't know how to deal with adversity, so they handle it the way they want to. So my thing would be, and my thing, I like Waffle House food. I'll tell you that. Unlike you, I like Waffle House food. They got some things I like, but I don't go in there at 2:00 in the morning. Every now and then they have on breakfast, but I like this, and it's a total different taste. So something like, hey, I like one Waffle House now. I want this, I want this, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
So totally different tastes. I think they have a good food, like notice IHOP don't have these problems.
And they're open all night.
That's what I'm saying. Notice that
so
IHOP,
what's up with that?
Well, notice that IHOP don't have these problems. So okay. How are you marketing yourself so that these problems will come in? Because it has to be a welcoming environment that people would do these things.
Well, now we're marketing. We have a security guard in here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But every time we turn around, Waffle House is getting a bad name. Around here in Nashville, they went down there. The guy came in and he shot those people. Mm-hmm. He shot those people and killed them. Mm-hmm. And the guy had to take the weapon from him. Mm-hmm. And that was a cloud over their head. And now they done got out of that. Here we are fighting again. Right. It's just something. It's something. It doesn't seem that they can catch a breath from people. And my question is, what kind of people are you attracting?
Right. But not just that. Okay. Here was another incident that I looked at on the news the other day where this lady and her daughter was flying somewhere on Spirit. And so, when you fly on Spirit, they made you say you can fly to DC for $39. But then when you try to pack all this stuff, because you're going to be in DC, that baggage bill is going to be like $200. Right. So they got mad at the people at the gate and started fighting them.
Well, see, these people got to understand, Sis Jackie. They didn't say you could move with Spirit. See, folks that got evicted trying to get home to somebody else. I got evicted out of Tennessee. I'm going to move back to Chicago.
Right.
Well, you know what? You got one bag you can bring. You can't bring all your clothes you had in your dresser and all this stuff right here. You got 4 or 5 bags. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say you could move. And this is what these people are doing. They got everything they own because they say, I'm going home. And first of all, you done got evicted because you ain't got no money.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, you evicted because you didn't pay your bill, and now you got to find somewhere you're gonna be on the street. So you try to carry all this stuff. You better condense down and say, you know what? I'm gonna take my best 3 outfits. Rest of it gonna go on the track.
Well, I really thought,
and that'll stop a fight.
Yeah, I really thought it was just a shame when. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not even their cost. It's not. I'm working for Spirit. Yeah. That's not my cost. You talk to corporate office of Spirit saying y'all charging us too much for these bags. Yeah. Don't take it out on me. I just thought it was.
They're lucky I'm not a person at the counter because I'd be sitting over there with one of them 3 million volt tasers. When you jump across there and grab me, you'll light up like a Christmas tree.
No, you
wouldn't. Yeah, you would.
No, you
I'm protecting myself. Yes, I would.
Don't believe it. He wouldn't dare do that.
Get off me.
All right, you guys, this is quick talk. Let's go to the next topic real quick.
I'm fighting on the airplane. That's funny. People get on the airplane and fight.
I don't know what's going on.
Before you go next one, Jack, I got a question.
They do have alcoholic beverages
but I understand, but she hadn't started drinking yet. Because she's trying to get her bags on.
She's trying to get her bags on.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At least she didn't try to bring a peacock or a pig or a hog or something.
Oh, my God. I don't even want to talk about that.
A service animal.
A donkey. Who is on the plane? I'll be honest with you. I can't imagine getting on a flight and a peacock or a donkey or a pig or something is on there because I wouldn't be able to stay on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but all they got to do is just, you know what? First of all, we're not, if this is not
that's not a service animal.
That's right.
That's
animal for
they say that's
emotional support.
Yeah.
No, but first of all, I want to show you. You're gonna show me some paperwork that a doctor said you got to have this right here, and we're gonna have to verify this. And first of all, he gonna have to be just like that suitcase fit in that hole. It's gonna have to be able to fit in this. So if you ain't got a pigeon,
No way. No way.
if you ain't got a pigeon or a pet goldfish or something that can fit in this little box right here, you can't bring it on
You
here.
can't bring it on here.
You got to set stipulation because you be at Walmart, you got folks in there with everything. You're like, man, what you got doing a peacock in here? For emotional support.
I went in Ross, which is one of my favorite stores. Ross, please don't try to sue me. This is true. And a young lady and her son came in there, and he had a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
I was thinking, that thing is going to eat these clothes up in here.
No, he won't eat it. The rabbit be... But
rabbit be nibbling on everything.
But you know what? But he's so small, he can hold it. But I'm just saying, Sir Jackie, when you got stuff that you got to... This is what I'm saying. That you got to have a trailer on the back of your car to bring. That donkey didn't ride in your car to the airport with you. You had to have a horse carriage.
Maybe it did.
No, you had to have a horse carriage back there. You ain't get no donkey in no car.
Can you imagine transporting a peacock in your car and he starts going, flying all over your car, make you have an accident and stuff
They
like
don't
that.
do that. People just doing this stuff just to get attention. It's no more than somebody continually trying to sue somebody that don't believe in just say same-sex marriage or gay marriage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could just go to somebody else. I mean, if you come to me as a pastor and I say, you know what, I don't believe in that and I don't perform those weddings like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, then you know what, find your pastor that does. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to sue me because I don't believe in what you do. Mm-hmm. Now, if I can't let your donkey on this plane, then go find and shop another airline. Mm-hmm. Don't sue me because I can't bring this stuff on this airline. Mm-hmm. Don't sue me. And I think these stores need to, if you want to continue your good customer base, you need to put some stipulations in place and say, if you do not have, we hate that you have trouble with emotional support, but we do not allow emotional support animals in our store.
Right. Well, when you go to Costco's, they have it up there. The only animals that can come in there are service animals.
Yeah.
And how can Costco say no to everything else and everyone else
You know why Costco can say no?
Mm-hmm.
Because they apply their policy. If I walk up there with that emotional support peacock, I'm sorry, sir, he can't come in here. He ain't coming in. No, you can meet us in court, but he ain't coming in here.
Meet us in court.
Well, most people with stuff like that can't afford to go to court anyway. Why you running around with it? I'm just being
this is quick talk. Let's move on. He is a mess. I love it. All right, let's talk about this real quick and then we'll get off of here. Okay, Pastor, this is a little bit serious. I just wanted you as a pastor to give your opinion and maybe some advice about how do we have long-lasting marriages? How, if a person is thinking about getting married or people that are already married, how do we have long-lasting, happy marriages? Just give us 3 good things that you think would be helpful if we would just do this.
You know what? My first thing would be to honor one another. And
break that down a little bit. What does that mean?
Let me say that. That because a lot of people, one of the biggest things that I have that people ask me to take out of their vows is honor and obey. They want to take
They
that
want
out.
to take it out?
They want to take that out. And I tell them that I can't marry you by taking such a thing out, because to honor your wife is a noble thing. To honor your husband is a noble thing.
So when you say honor, tell us what you mean. Okay, go ahead.
I mean honor. Let's respect them. Let's respect their differences. That's to tolerate. That's not. You need to tolerate them until they can change. It's all those things. Just need to love them unconditionally through all that stuff. One of the things, see, that's to honor and obey. I will honor you as my husband. I'm not going to put you down. I'm not going to talk down to you. I'm not going to cuss you. I'm not going to have a derogatory pet peeve name for you. I mean, that's honor. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to stand behind you for your career choices, not for what I want to do. And we're going to talk. We're going to be able to talk. That's my next one. A healthy relationship has to have you got to have communication. Without any communication, you're going to be a walking time bomb. You'll be a walking time bomb, because if I can't get it out, I have to be able to say, to my wife, hey, I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm upset.
That's good.
And she and through her honoring me, she will understand where I'm at. Let me bag off of it right here. But just to keep attacking, that's where your fight started at. In the open communication, I communicated and said, I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's get back to that later. But why we can't talk about it now? That ain't what you're supposed to do. Communication is bringing things to the table. And when we bring
it's
it
also bilateral too.
That's
a lot
right,
of people think communication is
One way.
especially, they have these biblical things that they want to think the Bible says, and what am I trying to say? Where
the man is the head and he has always all the answers and
right.
all this, and you don't have anything
But as
to say.
he is the head, that's fine. As I'm listening to my husband, he should also listen to me, because communication travel both ways. And when it just travels one way, it's just not gonna be. It's not gonna be.
And
good.
let me tap into that a little bit, because if you are if you two are one, you got to have a head to live. But that doesn't mean. But you got to understand that she's a part of the body, and the head cannot exist without the body.
Right.
So we have to understand that she has an intricate part in this relationship.
But the head should know.
No. I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying. Watch this. The hand has to feed the head. She's a part to do. That's the body. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to honor the body.
Right.
Regardless, I don't care what you think you are as a head. There's so much you have to do. I mean, even when we get to the point that sometimes we have to just get to the point we have to think, what do you think? What do you think? We have to sit down and we have to air out our indifferences and know each other. One of the problems with a lot of relationships is that we don't know each other, what we like and what we dislike. I mean, I can get to the point. I done got to the point. Jennifer don't even have to tell me I want a hamburger. I know what she want on it. I know what she like. I know what she don't like. She know if she order me a hamburger, no mayo. She knows. She ain't even a question. I don't have to go through all that so much.
Right.
Because I think we have to learn each other. And so many people, they spend so much time. I tell you, maybe a little few more. We got to spend some quality time together. And a lot of times our marriages go broke.
Is that your third one, quality time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And put number 4 down, because I got a 4th right here.
Oh, he went to a 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the quality time is this. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of marriages fail. You have kids, and those kids put a wedge between you and him. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is you spend so much time raising your kids, you forget about the husband or the wife.
I agree.
You forget about that. And next thing you know, you have a broken relationship because you really didn't talk. You can't talk no more because you always messing with the kids. Can't honor each other anymore because you always messing with the kids. And the kids became first in your life more so than the husband. And the husband is always first and the wife is always first. And the kids should be secondary. And we should always, and when I say quality time, we got to find that time that we got to find a way to get away from our kids. You got to use your aunts, your uncles, your mom, your dad, if you got them, to say, hey, can we get that weekend? You got to do it without them so that you can go out and have that exhale moment. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, we just needed this. And I'm not talking about a cruise or a lavish trip or anything like that. I'm just talking about, let's just go downtown and walk around and eat an ice cream sandwich. You see what I'm saying? I'm just talking about small things like that. Let's go over to Starbucks or any of these Panera Bread and drink a cup of coffee and just stop and get this out. Or any of those holiday seasons, if it's Christmas time, go to the mall together. If it's just, I hate going to the mall, but you know what? I find it very necessary to go to the mall with my wife because that what makes her happy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and make sure you buy her a lot of stuff when you go.
and this is it. And I know we quit talk, but this is very quick. We got to pray together. That's my 4th one. I'm gonna tell you something. You really want to show your family how much you care about them. Pray with them.
Pray with them.
Your kids will understand who you are when it comes to praying with them. They just say, God, we don't pray. It may not take but 2 or 3 minutes. You ain't got to have these elaborate prayers, but before we walk out the door this morning, God, I thank you. And then when then your kids will know your relationship with God.
Yes.
And then watch this. And if you happen to falter, they know that you have a sincere relationship with God. And when you say, I'm sorry, then they can say, you know what? Dad loves God, he loves us, he is sorry. Or mom, whatever. And we have to do that. And if I had to do number 5, I have to throw this in there when I say that. We have to have a spirit of forgiveness. Why do we get divorces? Because of unforgiveness.
Mhm.
Why do we fall out of love? Because of unforgiveness.
Right.
He
I
hurt
agree.
me. She hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't forgive. But think about it. What if the shoe was on the other foot?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
You know, so that would be some things in a nutshell quickly. You know, so many other things that I can say about that. You know, about happy relationships and happy marriages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that would be, you know, just a few seeds that you need to plant first.
Mm-hmm. Woo, that was good. That was deep. That touched my heart. Okay, that's another edition of Quick Talk. We hope that you will leave us some good comments or ask some questions that we can answer for you next time. Please join us. We would love to have some feedback from you. Until the next time, this is Quick Talk. Have a good rest of the day.
Amen.